Again, an exciting night to be shopping for coins. We thank you so much for joining us doing the Coin Collector. So we feature for you gold.
Yes,
now it's time for us to give you a look at our silver bars. Another great and popular choice. So introduce us to what we have tonight.
Well, I got a 5 gram bar. Remember we had the Morgans last week, which we sold out, okay? The Morgan 5-ounce bars.
That's right.
I've not been able to restock those.
Oh, man.
I simply cannot tell you how hard it is to actually get what we call physical silver.
Right.
I mean, the actual silver is so phenomenally difficult. I'm just going ahead and put all those out there. I like to do it like that because I like to show you these are their proof. So, I mean, you know, those are pretty spiffy. 31 of these gone already. 31 of these already gone. Now, here's the thing. I was able to get a monstrous quantity of these. I have 1,300 of these bars, okay? 1,300 of these bars. So 6,500, actually 6,800 ounces. Okay, so that is somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 pounds, a fifth of a ton of these 5-ounce silver bars, a fifth of a ton. I have tomorrow on the Monday show, we'll be doing silver bars.
Okay.
Plus with what we have tonight, we may well sell a fifth of a ton of silver right now. Now, for the same exact reasons why we sell gold. And here's what it comes down to. And you've seen it. Everybody, I don't know that there, I mean, people come up and ask me on the streets about gold and silver. I mean, people I don't even know. I mean, I'm a little recognizable, you know, and people see me. I've been on television for 25 years. So, I mean, you know, people are, so gold or silver? Gold or silver? And I said, how about both? They said, well, I like silver. I said, well, I like silver too. I have some gold, but silver has always been my preference. The hard part is, in today's market, because even though silver's up about 15% in the last 60 days, it's still, you know, well within the range of, it's still 60% less than what it was 7 years ago. So I think silver's a tremendous buy. Okay. Okay, is what I'm saying. And it's lagged behind gold. Gold's been up 20-something%, silver's only up about 14%. So, I mean, you know, there's a lot of people, a good friend, dear friend of mine sent me an article today. Hey, what do you think about this? It was one of the financial publications. Gold lagging silver, or silver lagging gold. And I said, well, I don't know. I'm not clairvoyant. But all I know is that because of that, getting silver has been a big deal.
I bet people do look to you for that, right?
Yes, they do.
Do people often come up to you and say, hey, I've got this coin?
Yes, all the time.
All the time.
They don't say, hey, how you doing? They go, hey, how much is this worth? That's the intro.
Oh, man.
That's okay. I love.
Do you get any peace when you're flying?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
That's okay, but people are great.
Yeah,
and I absolutely love it.
That's awesome.
Because anybody that talks to me wants to talk about coins.
Oh, for
or gold
sure.
or silver, which is kind of all I know about, and the only thing I know how to talk about. Other than that, I'm pretty clueless. And so, as you look at this right here, you've got, this is over 1/4 pound of pure silver.
These are fabulous.
Now, here's the other thing, and I want to go back to my original thing, and the phones are going absolutely crazy. We've sold 500, basically 500 ounces.
Did you notice the flex pay on this? 4 flexible payments of $32.49?
I don't know that we've ever done flex pay on the Walker bar before.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, let's go back to, I want to incorporate that in, because nobody sells you silver the way that I can sell you silver.
Right.
Because first of all, like I said, you have to get a kit. You have to talk to an advisor. They're going to interview you or interrogate you. I don't know. Then you got to kind of interview for your price. And then the price they give you is probably only for 5,000 or 10,000 ounces. But I only want 5 ounces. They go, oh, I'm sorry. I got to call on the other line. You know, they don't want to deal with you for 5 ounces or 1 ounce or 10 ounces. Here, you buy 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 10 ounce, 20 ounces, 100 ounces. I have a 100-ounce bar, basically the same price per ounce if you go to hsn.com. So I'm giving you the lowest price per ounce that I can give you regardless of what you buy. Egalitarian silver buying is what I call it, okay? Secondly, we're going to give you 4 flexible payments. Now, that's not layaway. Flex pay isn't layaway.
Get it right away.
So you get it right away. So you get this bar home for $32.49. For $32.49, you get this bar home. Okay, they make 3 more, I think, interest-free payments, so, you know, on your credit card. And so that makes it spectacular. Then you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Nobody else is going to do that. Plus, they always give you 2 prices if you can get them to give you a price. One is bank wire. And I don't know about you, but a bank wire costs you $45. Okay, $45 for the bank wire. And then you have the credit card price, which is 3 or 4 or 5 or 8% more. None of that. You get it right here. One call, one price. Okay? That's what it is. With 4 Flex, and by the way, our shipping and handling is $8.95. Okay? Buy more and save gets that down to $4.50. Many places have minimum $15 shipping and handling charges, okay? Additional handling charges, all of those other things that you have when you use. Someone that looks like just bought 20 bars, just bought 100 ounces. Say, yes, I want that. So what happens is you get silver in a very, very, very unique way. And it's just like that.
I think they're
Now, here's what I
awesome.
want to do. I want to put these down here for right now.
Whoa.
And we'll get to those.
These are weighty.
These are the 10-ounce bars, and I've got some 10-ounce and some 1-ounce bars as well. If we can give them those item numbers, perhaps at the bottom.
I promise I won't take this one home.
Yeah, see, we got to run Marlo through the metal detector before she leaves. Me too. I've been known to leave one in my pocket. Not in, there we go. We have those, perhaps. There we go. We have the 1-ounce and the 10-ounce bars.
Great.
That's the Morgan design. I had the 5-ounce Morgan design last week, but those sold out. I have no more 5. I don't believe I have any 5-ounce Morgans with that. So let's go back to the walkers. I just want to show you the 10s, and we'll spend a minute or two on those when we're done.
And the only one that's on FlexPay happens to be the 5-ounce.
It is. So this is the only one on FlexPay. Okay. Yeah. So the only bar on FlexPay is this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend the remainder of balance of our time here. So what we've got is we've sold right now just about 700 and almost 800 ounces of silver just like this, okay? Just like this. We're about 200. So with everybody on the phone, we've probably already sold 400 or 500 bars, but I only do it once we've actually done it. A little bit of weight in the phone room. So if you go to HSN, not much. I mean, it's 30 seconds or so probably. HSN.com.
I think it's faster to shop online. It's for me.
I'm an online guy.
I am too.
But sometimes you want to talk to somebody, and that's cool. So we've got people here to do that. They can tell you, yes, it's a 5-ounce bar. Yes, it's made in America. Yes, it's 99.99. Yes, we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. Yes, you can use any credit card that you want. Yes, we have 4 Flex. All the things that you've never even heard of or had the opportunity to be able to get before. Now, the other thing, I'm telling you, and this is critically important, I can't tell you the horror stories that I hear out there, folks, is the number of counterfeit, particularly silver bars and particularly 5-ounce bars. Okay? Particularly 5-ounce bars. The number of counterfeits out there. What they do is they take brass, is the most popular substance, and then silver plate it, and then sell it. Like I said, if you want to be a cowboy and buy it all in the Wild West on the internet, you go ahead. But don't come to me when it's all over and they say, well, I didn't get the thing, you know, and I had to bank wire the money and that was $45, or if I used a credit card, that was extra. And of course, there's no flex pay, and of course, there's no return policy, and there's none of that stuff. But if you want 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 ounces of silver, it's as simple as a phone call. I don't need your personal information. I don't need to interview you. You don't have to talk to an advisor. You don't have to get a kit. All you have to do is call in and get your silver. It's all you got to do. That's it right there. 1,000 ounces out the door, just as we speak, just that fast.
I also think it's worth mentioning that it is gift-giving season with Father's Day coming up, prime time for weddings. I think this is a great graduation gift.
Oh, absolutely.
For a student that's going off to university or someone that's graduating from college, going into the real world, because of the intrinsic value of it. I mean, it's a silver bar, for goodness sakes. And then when you feel it, they're hefty, they're weighty, they feel rich, they feel important. They're really great.
It's intrinsic.
Yeah.
And if you look at the modern science of it, the silver and gold, understand it's also quite likely extraterrestrial. They say, there's no doubt about it, that all of the gold and silver in the Earth's crust came on meteorites that have hit the Earth.
Really?
That there's too much over the course of time. Gold would have migrated towards the iron core of the Earth. So there's too much, physically, there's too much gold and silver in the crust of the Earth, unless there were meteors literally with gold and silver in them that crashed into the Earth. So they're literally, and maybe that's what creates the precious metal part of them. The fact that they literally are extraterrestrial. There's almost no doubt that meteorites that were made of gold and silver have crashed. And that's why they come in deposits like they do as well, where there's a big chunk and then rivers, you know, kind kind of run them down the rivers because there's one big chunk of gold that came in. And silver was the same way. Silver, a byproduct of gold mining, is what you've got right there. So just a spectacular opportunity. That's 242 sold, and that doesn't count the hundreds of people on the phone. Remember, we got the Monday night show tomorrow night that we're going to be doing the silver
they'll be
bars.
gone.
We could sell every single
they'll
one
be
of
gone
them
by tomorrow night.
In the Monday night show. Don't hesitate. Remember, it's the same price: 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 10 ounces, 20 ounces. Fabulous.
How many years do you have to be married to have that silver
25.
anniversary?
25.
Okay, 25
Mine's
years.
next year.
Oh, wow.
I have a silver anniversary next year.
All right, nice. So if you've been married for 25 years or you have your 25th wedding anniversary, this would be a wonderful gift.